Hey guys, how are you today? I am so happy to have you guys here. You probably was like, why is she silent? But it'll make sense later. So, hey, how are you guys today? Y'all know who I am. I'm Belize Spivey. I am the STD Life Coach. I help African American women living with a STI, a STD. As y'all know, that's herpes for me, but I do assist women with a STD. So, y'all know it's STI, STD Awareness Month, and I told y'all I was coming to y'all and giving y'all information about different STDs and STIs. So the one that I chose to talk about today is Trich or Trichomoniasis or Trichomoniasis, however you want to pronounce it. I say Trichomoniasis because I'm country. But as we know, it's known as Trich. Okay, y'all know we all know somebody who had Trich. And a lot of people was like, well, I was in a relationship with my partner. I went to go get tested and it told me I had Trich. That's an STD. It's a very common STD that many people get in their relationships and they brush off like it's nothing. I'm going to tell you something. Don't brush it off because at the end of the day, this virus is passed from infected to an infected person. So clearly, if you did not have it, your partner had to have it for you to get it. And if you didn't have it, where did they go to get it? This is not to make anybody feel any type of way, but this is to open our mind because I hear many of my clients come to me and say, oh, my boyfriend gave me Trich. I said, who are you messing with? Who are you messing with? He had to be messing with somebody or he had it for so long from whoever he was with prior and you just getting it. So it's very important that we understand that this is a very common STD that is from an infected person to an infected person, from a penis to a vagina to a vagina to a penis to a vagina to a vagina. Okay, so that's just to let you know for my individuals who are homosexuals, lesbians, how y'all want to say it, then you guys can pass that Trich to each other. So as we know, it's very, 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 very common. For you guys to know, about 37 million people in the U.S. States gets it. But as we know, as they all say, all STDs are common, but sadly say they are. This STD is a parasite. Okay, so it's this little bitty nasty little purpley bug that we probably can't see by the eye. But that's what it is. And it affects the woman's part, so that's her vagina. Hey, love. So it affects her vagina, her urethra, all of that. For a guy, it affects his urethra. Okay, so the symptoms for it is burning. I'm going to say from both standpoints. So it's burning, itching, discharge from the vagina or the penis. Okay. For the woman, when she have a discharge, it can be very clunky. It can be very thin or it can increase. It can be green. I've seen it somewhere else. I'm looking kind of y'all so I can make sure I tell y'all everything. I know, yeah. So it can be white. It can be green. It can be a little yellowy and it can smell fishy. Okay, so y'all know me. I make sure I give y'all all the right information, but those sound very similar to a yeast infection. So, you got to be careful because we know with a yeast infection, it's clunky like cotton and it's very white. Okay. And sometimes it get off a gray. And then if it's a bacterial vaginosis or BV, it's still a discharge, but it's clunky, but it's a grayish color. It's a little bit more gray and it don't have a fishy smell. It's just weird. You can't really explain it. Some people say it smells fishy, but many people that I talk to, even for myself, of having BV, as we know, BV, don't have to be considered. It's really not considered as a STD, but it can be passed to another person. And a yeast infection as well. A yeast infection is not an STD, but it can be passed like a STD as well. If one is infected and another person is not. With this STD, it's very important that everybody get treated. It's easily treated. You'll take some pills, pop, done. You take it for about 5 to 7 days. You got to wait to about 10 to almost 10 to 15 days after until you can have sex again. But you take your medication. It's very important that if you get tested and you have it, make sure your partner end up getting treated as well, because if not, you're going to get it again. And this tends to happen. It's a cycle of back and forth, back and forth, back and forth with a lot of people, and this is happening all the time. Even happens with yeast infections. Yes, guys can get yeast infections. We can pass it. Bacterial vaginosis is not very common, but you can pass it back and forth. And you're like, why I keep getting, da 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 da. Well, your partner got to make sure they get treated too. If they don't get treated, then what's the point? And I think that's something we tend to forget, especially as women. It's like, oh, well, I got this. I'm good. I'm not thinking nothing about it, but you need to go get treated. He got to get treated too. It's very important that he get treated too. So especially if that is your man, that's your sex partner, it's very important that both of you guys get treated so it will not come back. Now, they do tell us that most people who end up having it 3 months down the line. And I ain't gonna lie, I think this is the reason, because at the end of the day, if you don't realize this is an STD and it was from an infected to an infected person, affected person to somebody who's not infected, then you won't understand the importance of making sure your partner get tested, okay, or your partner gets treatment. So that's the most important thing. You find out you have it, make sure your partner goes to get tested. Do not have sex with your partner without them getting some treatments. They need the same pills that you have, and do not get them your pills. Hear me? You take your own pills. A whole treatment is a whole treatment. Okay, I think that's something else we need to realize. If you have an STD, guys, especially something that is, I don't care what it is, curable or uncurable, it's very important to take all of it. Everything. Take it for the whole 10 days. Take it for the whole 7 days. Take it. I don't care that you're feeling better. You need to take the treatment. You're not doing a full treatment. If you're not doing a full treatment, you ain't got a full treatment, so you're not fully healed. You're not fully cured. So it's very important, guys, when you get this medication, which is taken by mouth, that you make sure you take all of it. Okay, take it all, and also make sure your partner goes get their own prescription, not your prescription, their own prescription, and take all of it as well. Okay, for my individuals who, we always like to make sure you know this. If you have Trich, and most people don't know, with Trich, it can go very unnoticed as well, because for women, the symptoms are they are connected to a yeast infection. They're connected to bacterial vaginosis. They're connected to gonorrhea. They're connected to chlamydia. They're connected to herpes. They're connected to all of it, because we got discomfort when you pee, when you itching, discharge. It's all the same. So sometimes you'll go into the doctor. It can be misdiagnosed a little bit, because your doctor will see a little bit and they're like, oh, that's such and such, and they may not ever swab you, or they may not do anything right away, because they're like, oh no, I know what it is. I've seen this so much. But you can have 2 things or 3 things at once. So I don't want you guys to be confused to think that you can't have Trich and bacterial vaginosis or something. It tends to happen. Some things kind of cover up on each other because they just all look the same. So just make sure you understand that if you have Trich, make sure you get a full test to make sure there's nothing else there. Because it tends to happen that way. And like I said, it can go very much unnoticed. This do cause your genitals to be inflamed. So if you come in contact with anybody who have HIV, then this can open you up to getting the virus, okay? Because your genitals get very much inflamed, okay? If you have a baby, if you're pregnant, now this is the interesting thing. If you are pregnant, you can just find out you end up getting Trich from your partner. You can take the medicine. The medicine is safe to take. So you, like I said, take your whole treatment. But if you have Trich and you never get treated, it can cause you to go into preterm labor, and it can also cause a low birth weight, not rate, weight in the child that's under 5. Information I just found, just to let you guys know, it's just very important. If you are pregnant, make sure you get tested. Like, yes, you get tested in the beginning, and you get tested in your first trimester, and you get tested in your 3rd trimester. But it's very important, if you think your partner is cheating, if you know your partner is cheating, if you know your partner just don't give a hot flip about their body, close it up. just leave them alone, because at the end of the day, it's putting you and the baby at risk. Most importantly, putting the baby at risk, because that partner doesn't understand that infection or the parasite or the bacteria or the virus can cause an issue to the baby. The baby can't fight it off. So it's very important that if you are in a relationship with somebody and you are pregnant, that this partner know y'all needs to not be doing nothing but with the person that you with, because at the end of the day, that can affect you and the baby later on down the line, especially when you go into delivery. So make sure, ladies, ask your doctors what they testing you for, and make sure they're testing you for everything. We need to stop assuming that they're doing that. They're not always doing that. So make sure you ask your doctor, I want Trig, I want this, I want that, I want this. And if you don't see it, you tell them, no, you're going to go back in this thing, I'm going to pop these legs back up again, and you're going to go in here and you're going to swap this thing again. Because at the end of the day, you want to just make sure that you are doing what you can do for yourself. Y'all hear me say all the time, you got to be an advocate for yourself. At the end of the day, and I'm going to say this, and many people may not like it because I do have friends in the medical field, but I also have friends in the medical field who will say this too. Truthfully, they're not here to educate you. They're not here to advocate for you. They're here to treat you. And that is pretty much it. So if you want education, you may not get that from your doctor's office. If you think your doctor's going to sit there and do all these tests, they don't care that your insurance is paying for it. You got to advocate for yourself and say, no, this is what I want. And yes, I can afford it. And if you can't, it don't matter. You still ask for it. And they'll send you a bill in like 4 months. They'll be all right. But at the end of the day, you just need to make sure you do everything for yourself, advocate for yourself. And honestly, guys, I want to be honest, it's very hard to advocate for yourself if you're not educated. You cannot. We can speak that across the board for anything, but most importantly for your health, you need to make sure you're a little bit educated. I always say Google not our friend, but if you want to at least got an idea what you're talking about, make sure you go in there, or have friends. A lot of us have a nurse friend or somebody who work in the medical field. Ask them, and they can give you an idea of what that could be before you go into the doctor's office. Because sadly to say, they will go in there and they're so used to seeing stuff on a daily basis. Remember, they're humans. They're not perfect. They practice medicine. They are not. Look, they practice medicine, guys. They practice. That means they have told them what they can practice, what they want them to do. It's very much orchestrated on what they want them to know and what they want them to focus on. So some doctors are a little bit more educated than others. They've been in the industry. They care a little bit more about their patients. So they're going to do the take the extra mile to learn and do things. And some people are going to take what they learned in school and run with it and go no farther than that. So it's very important that you advocate for yourself. If you do not feel comfortable about anything that your doctor's doing, you need to talk to your doctor and say, you know what, that didn't make me feel comfortable at all. I don't know how you felt about that. I don't know what you mean by that. And have a real conversation. Yelling or screaming is not going to get the job done. But just tell them, I felt uncomfortable, and tell them why. And then let them tell you why they said what they said. If you do not agree with it, go to another doctor. Now, if it wasn't your doctor who said it, it was your nurse, then you need to go to the general office manager and state your concern as well. This is just a way to advocate for yourself, guys. Please do it, I know I kind of got off the cuff, but I wanted to say that because this is happening to so many of us, especially African American women. We're not taken serious many times because of whatever they want to say. So advocate for yourself, ladies. And if you don't like something, you say something. You speak up for yourself and you say, I did not appreciate that. And I don't feel like you offer me great care. And see if they can change it for you, or they try to fix it. If not, take you and your insurance card to another location and ask them for your documents in the process when you walk out the door, because they ain't gonna try to send them when you go somewhere else. You're gonna have to retest for everything when you go to another doctor, because most doctors don't want to send nothing. Okay, so that is that. But that's Trig, guys. So make sure if you're pregnant, make sure you're constantly getting tested, especially if your partner is stepping out on you, or you got an inkling. Listen to that inner spirit. It don't lie to you. Go get tested, okay? It's better to know early than not to know. Make sure you're talking to your OBs. If you go in knowing you have an STD, please tell your OB. Don't let them get your test results and then you tell them. Don't let them be surprised. You know you got something. Go ahead and tell them. So now they already know what's going on with you, especially if it's a new OBGYN, or you end up getting your diagnosis from somewhere else. and never told your OB, it's very important to tell them. They don't need to pop up and find out in a test result. For what, guys? You can just tell them and y'all can move forward in treatment. My whole thing is, at the end of the day, working for you. And if you want them to work for you, you need to tell them all the information so they can properly work for you and do what they need to do, or tell you that they may not be a good fit. You don't want to be halfway down the line. They be like, oh, you know what? I don't feel comfortable. Or they'll tell you, can I refer you out? You know, you never know. So my whole thing is very important that, you know, you advocate for yourself. Literally, I'm going to say this, and I hope nobody take this personal. Get out of your feelings pertaining to having an STD. My whole thing is, you get a cold, like you get the flu. We all catch stuff every day. This ain't nothing different from catching a cold. Truthfully, I'm not even gonna lie. It's no different. My whole thing, but we got this stigma on it that is so ugly and so nasty that it's unnecessary. And people are scared to even go in the doctor's office and at least tell the first nurse you come in contact what's going on with you, so you can get the proper service. A lot of people are not getting service because they're scared what the doctor gonna say. How you gonna get treatment? They got your medicine in their hand. They got information in their hand or something to serve you, and you're scared to go get it. That's not gonna serve you well. Please, guys, I really want us to get out of our minds pertaining to they're the enemy. Like, they're not the enemy. They're just doing a job. And you're going in to make sure they do their job for you the best way they can. And go find another that can do the job the way you want them to do it, or feel like they have done everything they can do to serve you. Okay, guys? So make sure, ladies, once again, if you're pregnant, do your due diligence. That's your body, and that baby is in you, and you got full control over what's going on with that baby. That baby can't speak for itself. You speak for that baby. Okay, guys? That's very, 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 very important. Okay? So I hope that helped. I kind of gave y'all a quick little summary of what Trig is. Trig. Anybody got questions about Trig? Anybody? Hey, hey, hey. All right. All right, guys. So that's it. That's all it is about Trig. Most important, as I always tell you, the way to prevent is to be abstinent or to be celibate. That's the way to be. But most important, still be educated. That's most important, education. Then you can choose to be abstinent or celibate. After that piece, make sure you are properly getting tested. If you're choosing not to do those two, getting tested, and then after that, just talking to your partner, making sure they're being tested, and seeing test results. Is this curable? Yes, it is. It is. Trig is very much curable. You'll get You'll get a pill, and you'll take it for a couple of days. I'm gonna tell you the exact dates. I don't like to mess up dates, y'all. It don't say, but it's probably about a week. Most medicine is like almost a week, 2 weeks at max, but you have to wait 7 to 10 days after taking the medicine to have sex again. But it is curable, very much curable. I tested positive for this before. My doctor just said it was a bit of bacteria. Give me meds, but never told me it was an STD. Yeah, it was an STD, sweetie. That's the thing. When you don't know nothing, it hurt you. It hurts you because this is what's being told to many women. They're going in and saying, oh, I got Trig, no big deal. I said, no, your partner gave you an STD. It's something going on that you don't know. And it's good to know that. That's not to like pull your partner down or like, oh, you cheating on me. But my whole thing, if they are, you need to make sure they doing this so you can make some decisions, make some serious decisions. Trig is a STD. Trichomoniasis is a STD. Okay, she said I think it's every 72 hours for 3 pills. Everybody's different. I can't remember. They don't even tell me that, how many pills you take or whatever. But I know most treatments take almost a week. Especially with bacteria, it's almost typically a week. But that's good. Yeah. Hey, loves. So, hey. So, that is that, guys. I hope this helped y'all in so many ways. Communication is key with you and your partner. Like I'll tell anybody, a STD is not the end for no relationship, but y'all have to have communication. If cheating was involved, infidelity was involved, communication must come to the forefront. Boundaries must be set, and treatment must be had. Before anything even go too much farther of you guys being sexually active again together. You need to make sure all of that is handled. Okay, communication. Don't stop brushing stuff on the rug like it never happened. Don't be taking your medicine and not telling him nothing. Okay, ladies? Don't be taking the medicine. Oh, another thing, when you're taking any type of medicine, do not be having sex. You don't supposed to. You have to finish your treatment. A lot of people are doing this. If you're doing any type of treatment, you don't supposed to be having sex, period. Okay? Especially genital, especially if that's the area that you, please, no, nothing. Okay? You're a good guy, Zephyr. Alright. I became aware of so many STDs, STIs, thank you, and more to come. Yes, absolutely. So, guys, that's it. That's all I want to share with you guys. It is a parasite. It's very common. And it can infect your baby if you're not aware of it. If you want more information about it, I got all my information for the CDC. So you can go to the CDC website to get that information, or American Sexual Association. Those two sites are really, really like the good sites to look for information. There's nothing wrong with looking at WebMD or anything like that. But these two sites are government sites, if you want to say. Which it is, but those two sites are really good. Those are my sources for all my information that I typically tell you guys. That's where I get that information from. Sometimes I get a little outside source, but those two sites are typical sites that I get from. And these sites are getting very much self-explanatory now. They're not like in this scientific terms anymore. They're putting it in plain, like, you know, everyday people talk, so it makes sense and you understand what you're getting yourself into. So even the medicine, they'll tell you what the medicine is. So if you run across some medicine in somebody's drawer, you know what the heck it is. You see some medicine in somebody's drawer, you need to ask them what that medicine for, or take a picture of the medicine and look it up. You didn't hear that from me. Okay, but anyway, so I love you. You said CDC and the other again, American Sexual Association. They talk about everything pertaining to sex. American Sexual Association. American Sexual Association. Hey, April. How are you, sweetie pea? So I want y'all to see April is one of my clients. I'm so excited. I coached April, and now April is Coach April. So I'm so excited. Me and her worked together for 10 months, and now April is out sharing her story. She ended up contracting herpes as well, and she decided she wants to come out and help. And also, she's a mother of 2 amazing little boys, and she wants to just help women dealing with herpes and, you know, being a single mom and, you know, changing careers, things of that nature. So if you're looking for a coach, Coach April is great. I love her dearly, and I was her coach. I was her coach, y'all. I was her coach. So y'all know the bomb, so she the bomb. So yeah, I'm so excited about that. It's I should ask questions and take pictures of the bottle. Shh, nobody told you that. That's between us. Act like we the only ones in the room. But my whole thing is, ladies and guys, if you see something and you don't feel comfortable with it, you need to ask questions. And if you don't feel that comfortable to ask questions, it's something you need to ask yourself. If I'm with somebody and I don't feel comfortable to ask them a question pertaining to something they're taking in their... If you run across it and you're like, oh, I seen some medicine, they're like, why are you in my business? Oh, I'm going to be up in your business because now you got an attitude. You're with me, I'm with you. Why we don't care about each other's health? Look, my mom be up like, what's that for? What's that for? Who drugs is that? Mom, why you got all these drugs? Ask. I'm serious. You have to ask questions. That's what I can truly say that as women, we're failing at. We're not asking enough questions. You see stuff, you feel stuff, and you're not asking questions. And then you get really angry when you go to the doctor and something find out, or you got a friend who texts you like, girl, let me tell you. You get mad. But you felt it, and now you're really mad because you felt it, you knew it, and you didn't do anything about it when it first came up. Don't let nobody have to. You don't need no confirmation. You felt that, you knew it, and you read it, and you seen it. My whole thing is just open your mouth and say something about it. And if he get an attitude, that's a warning sign. What you catching an attitude for? I'm just asking because I care about you. I just want to know if you good. Sadly to say, people are dying on us left and right. It's just very important to know what's going on with them. And if they don't want to tell you what's going on with their health, it's like, why are we together? Like, we're supposed to be here to support each other through whatever we go through. And if you don't want to tell me, what am I here for? I'm not going to waste my own time if you don't even want me here in a hard time. And sickness is hard. I don't care if it's an STD. I don't care if it's cancer. I don't care if it's, allergies. I don't care. It's not easy when it is really affecting your life, your mental state, your emotional state, your physical state. It's and spiritual for some people as well. It's hard. And you would love to have somebody there who loves you and supports you through it. It's not something you want to go through by yourself. And I don't care what it is. You never want to go through stuff by yourself. So it's good to ask. And you don't have to be all like in your face, but you're like, babe, I ran across the medicine and I just want to make sure you're okay. I don't know what the medicine for, but I would love for you to tell me so I can support you and help you, and you just don't know what I know to help you, whatever. But that's that. So I love you guys. I hope all is well. As y'all can see, this was sponsored. This Overcoming Gathering Conference is sponsored by Events with Emma. Go Emma, go Emma. So if you're looking for an event planner, she is awesome. She's out of North Carolina, but she do travel, and she's great. So if that's what you're looking for, Event with Emma is great. Tagged her above. You can reach out to her for any services that you may need. If you want to come to the Overcoming Gathering Conference, make sure you get your tickets. Look for the date. That's the only way you're going to find your ticket for your date. You got to know the date of the event. North Carolina is April 26th and 27th. Make sure you get your tickets for that, guys. Can't wait to see you guys. I love you. And y'all know where to find me. I'm nothing but an inbox or a session away. And I would love to assist you in learning about an STD or getting you through one. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.